A very warm welcome to StudyIQ, my dear friends. I am Prashant Pavani. I hope you all are doing good. Today is 5th October 2020. Day is Monday. I'm sure you all have enjoyed your weekend. Dear friends, I would like to start today's discussion with this question. How many of you would like to make this week one of the most productive week of 2020? I'm sure most of you will say, yes, I want to do that. Please tell me how to do it. Now, the simple thing is, see, 1 week is made up of 7 days and 1 day is made up of 24 hours. Now, we don't live 24 hours, right, in one go. We get a few moments. We live in moments, isn't it? That's what so many religion or spiritual practitioners also tell us. And they are right that we live in moment. So if you can give maximum to this moment, if you give your maximum to this present moment, then the next hour or the next moment is going to be more cheerful, more productive, because you have started a positive thing. It will get bigger and bigger. So give your best in this moment, in the present moment, and I'm sure, and you can try it, right? If you give your best to this hour, then the next hour is going to be more joyful. In this way, you can have one productive day, second productive day, one productive week. Few productive weeks will make your whole month a productive month, and your 1 year and your decade and eventually your whole life. With this, dear friends, the StudyIQ team has designed a smart course. This smart course is for Civil Services Examination. It covers your prelims as well as mains examination. Till 8th October 2020, EMI offer is also available. So to find out more about it, all you have to do is download our mobile application, right? If you have any doubts, questions, queries, anything, everything is available on our mobile application. To download the PDF of today's lecture, check out my Telegram channel. Please make sure that you subscribe to our YouTube channel. Please make sure that you share this lecture with other students and hit the like button if you have learned something from today's discussion. Now, on our table, we have 5 important articles. The first one is Broken System. This one is from Times of India. An important idea which provides the foundation for India's constitution is that citizens will be allowed to exercise their agency. Our constitution gives us some fundamental rights. There are some duties as well that we need to follow, but there are some rights as well. So rights are like rules, right? They are like our lifelines. They are like our shield. They protect us from government, from government or from government agencies, etc. A democracy means a constitutional democracy, the one in which we are living, right? Theoretically speaking, a constitutional democracy, a welfare state should provide, or it's more about like a platform with proper rules and regulation. So it's like a platform, or you can say it's like a runway that will provide equal opportunity for every one of us to fly, to run and to fly and to achieve our maximum potential. That's what the basic core or the foundation pillars of this constitution is all about, right? That every one of us is equal. Every one of us will be able to enjoy economical, political, social, right, etc. rights, as well as equal environment in which we will be able to enjoy, and we will live in a just society. We have a parliament that will make rules and regulations for our nation. Then we have implementing agencies. If something is wrong with the parliament, then we have court, right, judiciary that will look after the parliament. If something wrong happens to us, then we can knock the doors of our courts, and then we have police and everyone. So this article is more about our police department or police system. Now, there are so many. This Hathras case, then you have Sushant Singh Rajput case, and then a few months ago there was this custodial, during this lockdown time, custodial deaths of a father and son in one of the town of Tamil Nadu. So all these things, right? Police department or police system is very important for justice, right? If we don't have a proper, robust police department or policing services in our country, then we can become a rich country, but we will not enjoy that wealth. We won't be able to enjoy just a society without a proper police system. And this is something that is missing in our country for a very long period of time. You know what happened in Hathras? We talked about this whole case few days ago, remember? And the latest update is that the state government has suspended superintendent of police and other police officers. This itself indicates that the state or the government has accepted this fact that something has gone wrong here. The people who were in charge, the people who were supposed to, it is their duty, they are getting paid for it, right? That they are supposed to look after the people, right? They are supposed to make sure that everything is under control. When I say control, I don't mean to say it's not like repression. Everything is under control means everything is going smoothly as per our constitution. But you know what happened in Hathras, like the way the victim, her family, media and protesters, the way they are handled and then the way they were treated is something that is really not good, or it's very disturbing. So unless these flaws are addressed, India's constitutional vision will not materialize for many people. The biggest problem in our country at present is criminalization of politics. You find so many criminals, right? They are at present, some of them are MLAs, some of them are MPs, right? So they are the ones who are representing us. And I don't blame them that much. I blame all of us, including me. I'm not talking about you guys. I'm not talking about some person who is living in a pocket of our country. Every one of us is directly, indirectly involved in this thing. That we are the ones who are giving votes to those parties, and we are the ones who are giving, our vote to a person who is a Bahubali or a goon type person. And there are so many reports, right? Research is conducted on these elections, and the shocking fact is that in India, if you have money and if you are a sort of goon type person, right? If you are a lot of, what do we say? If you have a sort of criminal background, then this is a sort of deadly combination. Your chances of becoming MP or MLA or Sarpanch or corporator, right, will increase if you have these two things, money as well as muscle power. And the second big problem is politicization of crime. Every crime is labeled. If there is a road accident between two individuals and then you know that one person is Akbar and the other person is Ramesh, then this whole case will become a sort of, Hindu-Muslim issue. Then there are a few cases, they are termed as caste-based violence or caste-based issues. And so we are always, when we say that we are one country, but then we see that politics is trying to divide us. And this politicization of crime is also a bad thing. And this is a reality in which we are living at present. And I don't blame just police personnel. I'm not saying that each and every police personnel is a bad person. No, that's not right. Right? We cannot say that thing because that is not right at all. There are so many good police personnel right there giving their best. But I'll ask you this question. If you are very brilliant, right, if you are very focused, but if I don't give you any books, if I don't give you anything to read, if I don't give you any sort of material, then can you clear Civil Services Examination? The answer is no. Same thing goes with our police personnel as well. They are ill-equipped. They work 24/7, right? They don't have any day offs. They have to look after bandobast. At the same time, they have to, file so many reports, and then they have to, so they are not superhuman. We need a proper division of work. We need, proper management. This is something that is missing here. On-board training, that once you are selected, then make sure that after a couple of years, there is a sort of appraisal, training is going on. We need this robust system. Only then we will see social justice and overall justice in our society. If you go through this status of policing in India report 2019, then you find that at national level only 75.2% of sanctioned personnel strength is there. We have a vacancy of some 25% at national level. And if you talk about Uttar Pradesh, then more than 50, right? We can say 53% vacancies there, only 46. And we are talking about one of the most populated state in our country. So filling these gaps is important. At the same time, we have to implement police reforms, not just on the book, but on the real world as well. Appointments and transfers, promotions, right? It should be based on your performance. At present, political parties, or you can say strong politicians, they decide which SP will go where. If you are going against someone, then you will be transferred. You will be transferred to a sort of so-called punishment posts like training center and looking after vehicles, and there are so many other duties. So this is not fair. A person who is good with investigation, right, he or she should be at a right place, at a right time, in a right post, with a right pay as well. So this is something that we need. If we don't do this thing, then this criminalization of politics, politicization of crime, black money generation, and then this sort of cases will go on, and our dream of seeing this implementation of our constitution in real world will always remain a dream. Moving on to next item, until vaccine. Now, Unlock 5.0 regulations are out now. I'm sure you know that central government has given a green signal that after 15th October, you can open your schools, colleges, or your theaters when it comes to entertainment sector. Business conferences are allowed and things like that. So there are a few things that we need to keep in mind. See, we find some good news, but this good news should not be taken. We cannot allow this excuse, or we cannot allow ourselves to indulge in careless attitude. John Hopkins Coronavirus Resource Center data says that at present we are getting some 60,000 cases per day. It was 90,000 or 1 lakh cases per day. We are down to 60,000 cases, which is good, right? Which is not bad at all. It's better than where we were a few weeks ago. But that does not mean that we can indulge in careless attitude. We have to make sure that we stop this transmission. Government alone cannot do it. People have to understand and cooperate. At present, what we are finding is that so many people, they are now tired. They don't give they are not taking it that seriously. They don't give this, they're not giving their enough to, they're not wearing mask. And I see many people, they are in public places. You see so many people, and parties are going on and people are hanging out, and this is okay, right? If you can keep social distancing and things, it's okay. But still, we are not out of coronavirus, and if each and every one of us will not behave properly, if we don't follow rules and regulations, if we don't follow these basic instructions, then we will never come out of it. It will keep on going and going. It will keep on. It will keep going on and on, and this will impact our social life. It will impact our economical life. It will impact our nation's growth and development and everything. Now, as far as schools are concerned, the latest research is saying that there is high prevalence of infection among children who were contacts of virus cases in the same age group. So these children, they will go to school, and from school they will infect someone else, and this new infected kids will go back home. They will infect their nana, nani, dada, dadi, and elderly people and people with comorbidities, and then again this transmission will continue, and we don't need that. So final decision will be taken by state governments, right? They will decide how many students will be allowed, whether 50% or more than that. And central government has given this overall guidelines, like you can provide that, you must provide these options. If a student wants to visit school, then yes, he or she should be allowed. If he or she would like to stay home and study online, then that is something that, so this flexibility is provided. But now we have to see how we are implementing it. I'm not sure if parents are confident about sending their kids to school, because it is a bit risky at present, right? This is the time that we have to be careful, and we need to do our best at this time. Government tried its level best, but government alone cannot achieve anything. People's participation is must. Cinemas and multiplexes to open at 50% capacity. Now, again, I'm not sure if if it is safe to be in a place for more than 1 hour in a packed environment. 50%, if a theater has 200 persons capacity, then you'll have 100%. Just imagine if you have 10% with asymptomatic 10 infected people in this 100 people, then there are chances that someone else will get it. So I'm not still sure about cinema halls. I'm not sure about gyms. I'm not sure about when I say I'm not sure, I mean to say that I doubt that this will work. I do understand that cinemas and multiplexes and film industry, there are crores and crores of money is blocked, and so many businesses are in in a very red situation or in a very bad situation. But I think I'm still not confident about people's behavior, because the way I see people, right, they not wearing mask, and if they are wearing it, they are not wearing properly. So still I think we need more awareness. We need more campaigns. We need to politely nudge or persuade people that they need to do their best. They cannot, or we cannot take it lightly, right? Coronavirus is still not over. So till time we find this vaccine, and just not finding a vaccine is just one step. Producing it and then distributing it to corona warriors, and after that, it will take a bit of time for this vaccine to be available easily in each and every medical store. So till then, we have to be very careful. We cannot lower our guards. Moving on to next item, very interesting article, reading the rain. Now, southwest monsoon season has been bountiful, or it has been good for our country this year. June to September, this whole spell, or this June, July, August to September, this 4 months, total rainfall has been more. It's a surplus. It's in surplus. It's in positive side. 8.7% cumulative rainfall this year, which is not bad at all. So this is the second year, and after 1958 and 1959, this is for the first time that India has recorded 2 consecutive significantly above normal monsoon, which is very good for our farmers, because even today, right, 60% of our agricultural land is rain-fed. So if there is a good rainfall, then that means more productivity, more farm produce, and this will bring more money in the rural economy, and then people will buy things that are produced in urban area or manufactured goods, and then chances are that our economy will reboot, or it will rejuvenate, because at present we are in a very, you can say, bad, we are in red. When I say in red, I mean to say that things are in minus at present. There are a few things they are showing or displaying good, they are like auto sector, so it is showing some good figures. But anyway, this year, and 2019 was good, 2020 is also good in terms of rainfall, and the winter rainfall is also going to be good because of this La Nina effect. So you have this El Nino effect, in which the warm equatorial water, the surface water, is carried by the wind towards this side. So when you have this El Nino situation, then drought is observed in this part of the world, in Australia and other parts, and in India. El Nino is not good for India. La Nina is good for India. Good rainfall we get during this La Nina condition. The farm sector has, since October to December 2019 quarter, even before the pandemic, been faring better than the rest of the economy. And this year as well, we know that this is the only sector, agriculture sector, is doing good. And it is going to do good even further, because Kharif production has been good, harvesting is going on. And because of this, recharged groundwater tables and major reservoirs are 14.1%, above this 10 years average. So chances are that we will get bumper Rabi production as well, right? So this is how it will impact our good Kharif season followed by good Rabi season. So the whole year is good for the farmers. And then I told you just a few minutes ago that it will impact urban products as well. It will be positive for urban products demand. Now, if you observe our GDP degrowth episodes, the past episodes, then we find that it is always because of this drought-induced farm output contractions. When maximum people in our country, 65% population is living in villages. So if they don't have money, if their production is not good, farm production is not good, then they will not have money to buy things that are produced by factories or manufacturing and services, right? They won't be able to buy those things that are produced by secondary and tertiary sector of our economy. But when production is good, so demand of these goods will go up. So this will be a lifesaver for our economy. We have recorded good food grain production, oil seeds production is good, and even cotton production is going to be good as well. So this is, you can say, we are very lucky that on one side we are struggling with COVID-19, on the other side we are struggling with economical issues. At the same time, the rain god has been very kind to our country. Exports growing for the first time since February. That's a positive sign. Manufacturing Purchasing Managers Index is heading towards expansion. So this is also a good sign. And auto sales has gone up as well. What we need to do now is we need to make sure that these 3 new reforms, this farm bills that we have discussed a few days ago, right, gives more freedom to farmer. Farmer can sell his or her produce to anyone he or she likes. So we need to make sure that this is implemented properly. MSP support, wherever you need to provide, right, it should be provided. And we need to carry on with more reforms, and we need to make sure that whatever reforms we are adding, we are implementing them as much as we can, or I would say near to perfection. And if we can do this thing for a very long period of time, then we can come out of this mess as quickly as possible. Now, a commission misused. This one is about National Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Now, from the name itself, you can understand that this is about protecting children. But the problem is that this NCPCR, being an apex body, the main job is monitoring and facilitating child rights in the country, but it is not doing its duty very well. See, few weeks ago, first of all, let me tell you that this NCPCR was asked by Supreme Court to carry out a social audit of CCIs. And back in 2015, NCPCR ordered 8 states district magistrate to ensure that all children within CCIs be deinstitutionalized, repatriated and rehabilitated within a specified period. This may sound good, but we have to understand that so many children in the CCIs are due to abusive conditions in the family. They are beaten and, abused. And this is the main reason why these kids are in CCI. So if you are sending them back to that, dungeon, or if you are sending that person or that kid back to that family in which he or she is abused or beaten, then you are not doing any good to that kid. And applying the same formula to everyone, it should be more like case by case basis, that you assess a kid. If that kid is in CCI because of family abuse, then don't send that kid back to that family. This is simple common sense, but that's what CCI did back in this NCPCR. That's what it asked the district magistrate to do. They also point to the sheer inadequacy of current systems to organize adoption and foster care. It's not doing enough to promote this adoption or foster care facility. There are so many parents, there are so many couples. They are ready to become parent and they are ready to adopt these kids, but they are not able to do it because of this incompetency of NCPCR. Now, this is very interesting. NCPCR has no authority to conduct raids, but that's what it did. NCPCR conducted raids on selected NGOs. Few days ago, we were talking about this foreign funds. Remember this FCRA Act and FCRA. And so this NCPCR conducted raids on NGOs, and now this report is saying that this was a more political move because this NGOs were looking after kids who are, most of them are looking after this Rohingyas. So this article is saying that it is more, you can say, calibrated. It was a political move, and NCPCR is also used for this sort of things, for crackdowns and to take revenge on these NGOs and these CCIs, etc. We are going through a very rough time at present, as we all know, because of this COVID-19. There are so many kids, they will, child malnutrition, child labor, child abuse, child marriage, mental illness, everything is going up these days because they are not getting enough food, enough rest, enough facilities. So this is the time that NCPCR should display its authority and power to make sure that everything means child's or children's rights are protected. But instead it looks like it is acting on a sort of political agenda, and which is very bad for the welfare of our kids and our future. Transforming business and the insolvency system. This one is about IBC. IBC is not a new thing. It's been here since 2016, but if we analyze this 4 years, then we can safely say that it has delivered. Right? A few days ago, CAG said that, Controller and Auditor General of India said that because of this IBC, means just the name itself is enough. IBC, because of IBC, so many business owners or so many people who took loan, they have paid money back because they know that if they don't give the money back, then they will lose their company. Early on, this was not the case, but now you will lose your company, you will lose your startup, you will lose your business if you don't give the money. And IBC is not about liquidation. It's not focused on liquidation. It's more focused on time-bound resolution. And this is the most interesting thing. It's not here that if you have not paid, then take your company, sell everything, and then distribute the money to the creditors. No, it's not like that. It's about finding a right resolution. The final stage is liquidation. If nothing can be done about it, then yes, liquidation, or else resolution. Finding the best company or bidder that can take over this company, and then paying the money and distributing money to the creditors. So this is a very interesting means IBC has so far delivered, we can safely say. I'm not saying it's perfect thing, but it has definitely instilled a confidence in corporate resolution methodology. There are so many investors, right? They feel a bit safe now. They know that if something will go wrong, then IBC will solve the problem in maybe 2-3 years time. Early on, it used to take 10 years, 15 years in our country. And if you go through the figures, see, on an average, it takes as many as 1,445 days for a contract to be enforced, and that too at a cost of nearly 31%. So we need to bring this thing down. IBC has generated fear in those people like willful defaulters, right? They are a bit afraid of IBC because IBC is speedy compared to Surface I or some other acts that we used to have. Or you can say we had this adalats as well, at local level for solving this sort of problems. But we need some more courts, of course. We need more NCLAT branches, and government is working on removing some 1,500 obsolete and archaic laws. We need to have some more commercial courts, commercial divisions, and commercial appellate divisions Act 2015. Government is working on it, but still we need to speed up things here, because contract enforcement is something that we are not in a good position when it comes to contract enforcement. And overall numbers we are getting there slowly. If you see resolving insolvency index, we used to be 100 in 2018 we were at 108 position. At present we are on 52nd position. Recovery rate has improved to 71.6%, and time taken in recovery is down from 4.3 years to 1.6 years. But still there are so many things. Still we have to cover a long distance. We need to support MSMEs, right? MSMEs are also not getting their money from, if they have supplied products to big companies, and if they go bankrupt, then MSMEs they don't get their, they are called operational creditors. They are not getting their money or the products or services that they have sold on time. So we need to work on this. Government need to improve this side of this IBC, and the more sharp IBC will have, the more speedily it can deliver, the better it will be for business environment, for investment opportunities. And this is the right time. So many investors, particularly overseas investors, they are finding good market. They are finding one alternative of China. And I think India can India is capable, we have this potential that we can replace China, because we are a more democratic and open society and just a society compared to China. So democratic countries, particularly Western world, will be more than happy if we create a proper business or ease of doing business environment here. And that's basically everything from my side. These are some news items, dear friends, and I'll see you soon with daily financial news analysis. Till then, enjoy your studies. God bless you all. Jai Hind.